You ever look at some people and wonder how they stay so calm, so focused, while the rest of the world seems to be, well, spinning out of control? Today, we're going to dig into a really powerful idea that real strength isn't found in the noise, it's built in the quiet. We're going to explore how to take solitude, something most of us kind of dread, and turn it into your biggest advantage.
This quote right here, this is the foundation for everything we're about to talk about. It's really a statement about freedom. Freedom from distraction, from needing other people's approval, from all the chaos of the modern world. The ability to just be with yourself is a skill. And as you're about to see, it's a skill that makes you incredibly formidable. So if being alone is so powerful, why are we so bad at it? Why do we avoid it like the plague? This first part is all about that habit we have of running from silence, of filling every single empty moment with something.
And let's be real, this isn't some personal weakness. It's practically the default setting for most of us now. The second there's a pause, you're waiting in line, you're at a red light, what's the first instinct? Grab the phone, right? Fill the quiet. That little bit of panic is a symptom of a world that's basically trained us to be afraid of our own thoughts.
And here's what that escape looks like day to day. It's the endless, mindless scrolling through feeds you won't even remember an hour from now. It's popping in headphones the second you walk out the door. It's using social media, parties, booze, whatever, to just kind of numb things out. Every single one of these is a choice to avoid being alone with yourself. So this puts you at a fork in the road. On one side, you have a life that's controlled by noise. That leads to distraction, feeling numb, and just living on impulse. But the other path, the one sharpened by silence, that cultivates the exact opposite. You get clarity, you get direction, and you find a real sense of purpose. Two totally different lives, and it all comes down to this one simple choice.
Okay, so we've established that we run from the quiet. But why? What are we actually so afraid of hearing in those moments? This next part, this gets right to the heart of that question.
No, really, just think about it for a second. In those super rare moments when there's no music, no screen, no one to talk to, what starts to bubble up? What comes to the surface? And there it is, that's the answer. It's not that silence is empty. It's that silence is brutally, and I mean brutally, honest. It's like a mirror. When you get rid of all the external noise, the only thing left to listen to is you. And sometimes, we really don't like what we hear. This is what that honesty feels like. Silence brings up all the questions you've been dodging. It points a spotlight on the parts of your life that you know need fixing. You hear your own thoughts before you have a chance to filter them for everybody else. It shows you exactly where you need to step up and be courageous. Honestly, it's no wonder we run from it. It demands we actually pay attention to our own lives. All right, so that's the problem. Let's get to the solution. If avoiding silence makes us weak and distracted, then it stands to reason that embracing it is a form of training. This isn't about just sitting around. It's an active workout for building real mental strength. So how do we actually do this? Here are 4 practical things you can start doing. First, in the morning, delay that first hit of dopamine. Don't grab your phone. Let your brain actually wake up on its own. Second, intentionally choose boredom. Just sit there. Let your mind wander. Third, and this is a big one, learn to sit with discomfort. When that urge to scroll hits, just watch it. You'll realize it's just a wave. It'll pass. And finally, start replacing cheap stimulation with things that take a little effort. Go for a walk without headphones. Read a book. This literally retrains your brain to value real engagement over easy escape. And this right here is the core principle of the whole thing. Discomfort won't kill you, but constantly avoiding it will weaken you. See, every time you run from feeling bored or anxious, you're telling yourself, I can't handle this. But when you stay, when you sit with it, you prove to yourself that you're the one in control. And that's how you get stronger.
Okay, so you do the training, you get stronger, and then what? Well, that strength leads to something pretty incredible. This isn't just about being tough for the sake of it. It's about building a life that actually means something. This section shows the chain reaction that starts with just a little bit of quiet.
This is step 1. When you stop pumping your brain full of nonstop noise, you can finally hear yourself think. It's like a fog starts to lift. You begin to figure out what you actually want, not just what the world's been telling you that you should want. And once you have that clarity, something amazing happens. A path starts to form in front of you. When you know what actually matters to you, you know which way to walk. Your decisions get way easier and way more powerful, because they're all guided by this clear internal compass.
And this is the payoff.
A person who has a clear direction, who isn't getting yanked around by every new trend or opinion, that person moves with a kind of momentum that's almost impossible to stop. This is where solitude stops being a practice and starts being a superpower.
Which brings us to the final result. What does this person, the one who's been forged in silence and is driven by purpose, what do they actually look like in the real world? Well, they're calm, they're in control, and they are dangerously self-reliant.
Here are the signs. This is the guy who stays calm when everyone else is freaking out. He doesn't need likes or followers to know his own worth. He doesn't suppress his emotions. He controls them. He moves with a steady purpose, not that frantic, busy energy. And maybe most importantly, he's basically immune to all the external noise that controls so many other people.
And let's be crystal clear on this. The calm we're talking about is not weakness. It's not being passive. It's a tangible kind of strength. It's an authority that you don't have to shout about, because everyone in the room can feel it. It's control that comes from the inside out.
And this quote just flips the whole script. The discipline it takes to sit with yourself, to choose purpose over cheap pleasure, that doesn't make you boring. In a world that's built on distraction, it makes you dangerous. Dangerous to mediocrity, dangerous to conformity, and dangerous to any outside force that wants to control you with noise. So, we end with this question, and it's really the only one that matters. The person you're going to be in 5 or 10 years, they're being built right now by the choices you make in these quiet little moments. Will your future self see someone who is always running, always escaping? Or will they see someone who is quietly building? The choice is yours.